So when you've done these areas that you want to keep white, which I think that will be sufficient. Now, what we want to do is think of the areas that we want to keep red, because that's what we previously printed. So we're now wanting to lift up some of the yellow and print what we want to keep as red, and then on the next layer with the blue layer, then we decide what we want to keep there, or whether we want that to become a darker colour of purple. So what I'm going to do here is I think what I'm going to do is take up some of the area for where this shaman's hair is. It's going to be a combination of scribbling and cross-hatching. I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to lift up some of the area where the hat is. Some of this patterning. So I've got to keep remembering not to push my hand too much on the surface. And I think I'll lift up some of this area where her jewellery is. For her necklace as well. The exciting side of all this is that I don't really know how this is going to turn out. And I find that particularly exciting because then I'm constantly surprised, and I like surprises. It's always good to be surprised when creating a drawing. So as I say, sometimes accidents, chance elements kind of add to an image and create something you may not have thought of. Okay. And I think what I'm going to do now is just around some of these areas here, I'm just going to create a few tonal areas around the side of her face, around her jowls and her cheeks. Maybe some of these areas around her eyes as well. think that will do. That'll do. Okay, so as you can see, I've done all the hair here. We'll do some more with the blue layer now. I'll lift that up. So you can see those areas that we've lifted up. Pattern the hat, hair, and a face there. As you can see on the plate. You can see here where I pressed my hand, it lifted up some of the ink. That might create an interesting effect. Okay, now let's print that layer onto the monotype. So here we have the previously printed layer of red, and when it goes through the press it creates an embossed effect, which is quite handy because then when I have the plate and I put it on top, it will catch along this edge, and then I know it's lined up, and then I can just gently drop it on top of that layer. So I take my plate, I turn it around, and then I gently just place it to the edge there. Now I push it a little bit here. As you can see, it's just gently pushing there, so I can feel the catch on that edge, and then I can just drop it, and as you will see, it's lined up with the previously printed image. Now I can push that down, hold it there, flip it over, gently place it on the bed. Paper on top, felt. Loosen that up a bit, and then run that through. Create a light pressing. Tighten that up and then run that through. Back up to that. Get it to bite. Tighten that up. Gently lift this up. Take that out of the way. You can see here it's printed and transferred the yellow on top of the red. You can see there's a slight orange tint to it, but I've also retained areas of the white that I wanted to keep. That's ready for the blue layer.